Hi, today I'm going to show you my Arcane Warrior build that I like to play with. It is, I think, the easiest class in the game to solo with or to carry a bad team through Perilous with. It's really fun, it's very melee heavy, and it's very survivable. I would say the Arcane Warrior is the tankiest tank in the whole multiplayer, even though it's technically a mage and not a warrior. So here it goes. I like to start out with the mentalism tree. Your base power is Spirit Blade, which is super powerful and useful. With my first few points, I like to spec out Fade Shield first, which is a power that lets you generate barrier every time you do damage, and you're going to find out quickly with the Arcane Warrior that the barrier is the only thing that keeps you alive. And then the next thing I like to spec out is Guardian Spirit. Again, it gives you 100% barrier if you're about to die, which is basically giving you a second chance at life. And so it's really useful. And then I like to spec out Gathering Storm, in order to get to Mind Over Matter, which helps you avoid getting flanked or staggered. You'll find that because your barrier is sustained by the attacks you do, if there's any interruption in your attacks, like getting staggered, then it could mean death. So this is super critical. And then the next power I like to spec out is Strength of Spirits. Again, that barrier, you're going to need it. And then after that, I like to go to the elemental tree and start speccing out some of these powers. So Chain Lightning is, again, something you start out with. I like to spec out Arcing Surge for it so that the Chain Lightning hits more enemies. This is really useful because one Chain Lightning fully specced out can fill up your entire barrier if all the enemies are in a clump. And then I like to spec out Rejuvenating Barrier, and then it's up to you whether you want to go to Fade Step or Frost Step or move all the way down the tree to Pull of the Abyss. It really depends on your playstyle. So Frost Step is basically you get to pass through enemies and run through them while freezing them and not taking any damage. It's super useful for escaping or just avoiding aggro. And then if you move down the tree towards Pull of the Abyss is an awesome power. It's that green, abyss that pulls in all the enemies. And then you can clump them all together in there, hit them with a Chain Lightning, and it will fill up your barrier so fast. So both of these powers, I think, are pretty critical, but whatever order you want to get them in is up to you. And once you're done speccing out all of your powers, you want to start going back to mentalism and filling out some of the passives. And I've tried pretty much every combination of passives, and I really haven't seen that much of a difference in performance. I'll take you through how I've specced out my Arcane Warrior this time, and I think it's up to you if you want to try different passives. So I did Combat Clarity because you get some Constitution bonus, and also you get to spam Pull of the Abyss and Chain Lightning faster, which is super useful. And then Spell Sword, I've mixed reviews on this one. I don't think that the armor bonus you get is very high, so it's not super effective. And then phasing, again, this sounds really cool in theory. I haven't seen it work in game, but here's hoping. And then I specced out Peaceful Aura as well because, as I mentioned before, if you're interrupted during your attacks, it can really mean death to you. And so the less, attention you have or aggro you have, the better. And then lastly, I specced out Composed. It gives you a pretty rounded out passive bonus to all of these, to Magic, Willpower, and Constitution. So that's how I built my Arcane Warrior. Feel free to try this build and let me know how it goes. I hope you have fun, and thanks for watching.
It's not over. We'll be back soon. Krillin, I'll be dead if not.
I'd come with you to kill the rest of these brutes, but make them serve me. I can barely breathe as it is.
Take it slow, make my own way from here. Good luck.
I've never had my
Before we
skills so
move on,
tested
we
in my
should have a
life.
plan. We shall do what we must.
Being with the Inquisition has opened my eyes. I truly understood the world before.